Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Stoneblock 4 with Shadex582. So, getting back into it here, it looks like what we are living on is this dark matter, or liquid darkness, right? Like liquid darkness, we need a vat because we were trying to get some, I think that's euphonium. So yeah, that's what we're going to look at today. But honestly, we've got to get into some auto crafting here because it's getting kind of crazy between all the crafts that we have to do to get certain things, and our base has gotten to the point where, or I should say our progression's gotten to the point where we'd really benefit from go ahead and starting some auto crafting, right? Because now we got ore tech and we could get some auto crafting from that. We do want to be able to pull from our replication issue without anything. So let's start getting into that a little bit, okay? We're going to go ahead and follow the quest line, and these are just exploration, and I guess we got, oh, hypothesis spawners, okay, whatever. But we're going to get into the quest line of storage, auto crafting here, okay? It shouldn't take us too long. I don't know how far I want to get just today into the auto crafting, so let's just go ahead and start with this one. Obviously, I'm gonna want two of these, right? Because I believe in order to do the quest, we need one for this one and one for that one. Okay, so we're gonna have two of those done. So we're gonna need 4 Fluix ME glass cables. Fluix ME glass cables for these. And this is the thing, like we won't have to manually go in here and request that. And let's clean up our inventory a bit. This can go in here. Yeah, any kind of resources can go in there. Okay. And then tools can go up here. Okay. And we can put our compasses up here. And I try not to do anything off camera for you guys because, you know, if you can always just, you know, scroll through or skip through if you want. But if there is something that you want to see, you know, I'm not going to stop making them. Okay, so that should take care of all that. Okay, let's put this in here. And I guess we're about there, right? I'll put this down here. And this can just be, I believe, deleted. I don't really care about having a white banner. Okay, so back to what we were doing. 2 calculation processors for 8 quartz glass. And I know we got some in our thing, but while we're here, might as well. Quartz glass for 8 of these, right? Yeah, 8. Boom. Okay. Let's get back to the world engine. And let's throw these in here. Oh, gotta take this stuff out. This, and this. And we will throw this stuff back in here too. Okay. Alright. So now we have 2 crafting units. Excellent. Okay, now we could start getting into... Oh, we need to get 64Ks. 64K. Get a couple of these guys. Storage components. Okay. And now we will go up here. 64K this. Boom. Boom. Excellent. And I believe the other one's just like an engineers or something, right? Yeah, engineering processor, which I want to say we have that. Yeah, no. This one, yeah. And that should complete this quest, which will actually give us a couple more. It gets us a 16K and a co-processing unit, which is good. And now we got to decide where we're going to put some of the structures, the multi-block structures, right? So I'm thinking we could just have them up here, like up on the ceiling here, since that's got a pretty good amount of space. And we'll just put it right underneath there. Okay. And we need to... Let's just get these. I know I have the thick ones, but I think these are fine. So let's get like 64 just real quick. That way I have enough to work with. No problem. Okay. Bring this down. Put this in our processing. Okay. Now we come up here. And what I want to do is I'm going to bring this stuff down to right here. And then we can sort of have a spawn off on this side. And that makes a multi-block. So that's the beginning of the auto crafting. Now we have the CPU, a very basic CPU crafter right there. Okay, let's go back into the quest. And now we need to do patterns. Okay. Blank pattern and a pattern encoder, which we can just make a wireless pattern encoder and include it in what we have. So what do we need in order? I guess we need that. This. Okay, got that easily. And we can make this crafting terminal, and then we can make this, which is the pattern encoding terminal. Okay. Now I do want to make this into a wireless one. So I'm going to go ahead and get one of these guys. And I think it's just one of these guys, right? And we'll need the dense, or the energy cables. This one, 8 of these. Okay, and I think that will let us create pretty simply the wireless one. Get this going. Get this going. All right, and now we have a wireless pattern encoder, which we can combine with our crafting terminal. And now we have access to, down here, a coding one, encoding pattern encoder as well. So we could do this. We gotta do it in the crafting one. There we go. So we're gonna need a couple of quartz glass and a crystal, one of these. And a couple of quartz glass. Okay. That should let us create this. And we can create this. We can put this in our terminal here. And just get like 63 of them. There we go. Okay. And we could put these here. All right, cool. Now, the last part to make a standard auto crafting, oh, we got 8 more, cool, is the molecular assembler. So, again, should not be too hard. I believe we got pretty much everything we need except for the quartz glass again. Yeah, quartz glass. Let's get 2 of these again. All right. Set that up. Okay. Now, the molecular assembler, I believe we could just put this again up here, right? We'll put it like right. Oh, we need to have, I want to say there's something that we need to put in this as well, though. Oh yeah, the pattern receivers, right? Pattern, these guys. And I want to go ahead and make these into the flat version first off. And then I also want to be able to replicate these. There we go. And now, let's get like 16 of these guys just for the time being. Excellent. So now what we can do is put this here and here, and now this is online, that's online, cool. So now we have a place where we put our patterns, it'll automatically make patterns. That is the very beginning of a auto crafting system. Okay, now I want to go ahead and get into the assembler as well, because that just makes it way easier and faster to craft some things, because it works, but it's pretty slow, to be honest, right? And now that we have some auto crafting available to us, we should be able to start in and progress further into the crafting, like this intro infused, right? So this we can actually do in a crystal assembler, or a reaction chamber, to be fair, but I think we'll start with a crystal assembler. Again, should not be too hard. Probably gonna need to put some skystone in our system. And then we could do this. Of course, quartz glass again. You know, What does it take to create? This is a thing that will automatically request. Okay, so yeah, and which speed storage bus. Okay. I think if that's the case too, we can of course do this, huh? Now that we have the a little bit of autocrafting, we need to hook it up to the world engine so we can autocraft in the world engine, which requires the quantum bridge and the quantum ring. And oh no, we already have that there. We just got to make, oh no, this is for this part of the system because we do need, yeah, so we do need this because we need one on this side, which I know we have a quantum ring up here, but this is for our wireless terminal. So we're going to need another one somewhere down here. And I think we just set it right here actually. So if we do here, start it right here. And here, boom, okay. And we're going to have to make another singularity, which that's fine. And thinking ahead, we're going to need matter balls, lots of matter balls. Okay, let's throw these in the system too. But right now we're going to need one of these. Let's make a tiny TNT. Global explosion. And then we also need ender pearl. Cool. And should be able, let's turn off our magnet. That here. Put that there. Put that there. And we need to get our flint right here. And that should create a singularity. Nice. We'll put one of those here. And we will put the other one at the world engine, which we did already upgrade the world engine with that right here. You can see that's online now, but we need to connect this to the world engine as well. And we will use the pattern provider on the back of the world engine. Yep. Back is fine. And then we will connect this down to the bottom. And into the ring here. Boom. So that's online. Right. And this, all this should be online now. Yep, it's online. So if we wanted to make a pattern for the bus we're going to need for this, right? Now we can't make it yet, but if we go into our pattern crafter and go here, this one, processing pattern, and we put it into the pattern provider. And now when we go to our, what you call it, and if we're trying to make a bus, it should, yeah. Now, right now we're missing some things, so we shouldn't be able to create 4 of them. All we're missing, the quartz file, okay. Yeah, we can do that real quick. Just put it in the system for the first one, because after that, it'll start creating things itself, anything that it needs out of this. So, nice. Let's put it in the system. Now we should be able to, you know, request for those. Excellent. And it is working. And if we go to the world engine, I mean, it'll probably be done by the time we get to it, to be honest. Oh, maybe not, because we haven't, yeah, so it's made it, but we haven't configured the world engine to output yet. So let's go ahead and to the back, we'll put output. What could be input and output? But there we go. So now it did automatically output. There we go. And so now we have 4 storage units. What else did we need to craft this? Are we good? Oh, we just need a replica block. How much do we need? We need 3 more. Okay. Home. Got 3 more of these. Nice. Put that in there, and now we should be able to create the AE2 replication bridge. So basically what this does is we connect part of it to a matter network pipe here, and the other part we can connect to our system. Oops. Boom. So now we should have access to any of the materials. Yeah, as you can see, we got the organic matter here, and we could create obsidian. We could create whatever we need to create now. Or if we, in this case, with the auto crafting, it should automatically pull whatever we need from our replication. As long as we have it learned, it'll pull it to do any kind of auto crafting that we need to do. Okay. That being said, now that we've got that hooked up, and we'll, complete that quest, let's look into, oh, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this guy. Now we don't need, did we put that on? Oh, I guess we did. Okay. So this guy, now you can see the ones that are highlighted blue are the ones that can automatically be made in the system, right? So if we hit control, I think that's what it is, and hit plus, it'll automatically start crafting these things. No CPUs are available, so we'll wait for it to be done. Boom. So now it's crafting the two things that it could craft for the assembler, which should be in here now. So now all we need is the sky stone. Oh, look, we gotta craft one of those. Nice. All right, is it in the system now? Or, yeah, it's in the system now. So we go here. All right, now we need an extended machine frame. Okay, now we can get into some of the other things. So here, this, we need 4 of these to begin with so that we can at least craft the assembler. So we need to get intro dust, gold, and lapis lazuli. Okay. We can create 4 intro crystals. All right. And we could teach the system how to create the dust. Okay. So if we go here, go to our pattern and say, okay, now do we want it in the sag mill or the crusher? We can do it in the crusher, that's fine. Teach it. Pull this out. Okay, so here's our crusher. We need to upgrade our crusher too. Let's go to the spawn. And machinist. I think you do the speed ones, right? Yeah, speed and energy. Get a couple of those. I think the fabricator should do the actual upgrades. Yep, here we go. Okay, then we'll go back home. And this is just to speed up the crusher for auto crafting and stuff, because we're going to probably have to use this a few different times, right? So let's go 8, 6, 5. So boom, 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 boom. So now it's upgraded a good bit. And we can put a pattern provider here, and we'll just put 2 more here too, because we'll probably end up needing that here. And we'll connect it to our system. From right here should be fine. There we go. They should all be online now. They are indeed. And if we put this pattern into here, we should be able to say, hey, give me 4 of these. Start. And we'll probably have to do auto sort. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't have the output to the top yet. So if we go side config, we'll say input and output from the top. We'll say eject on, and boom, it automatically created the dust and got it into our system. So we did need this. We needed the lapis for those. And I believe, what else was it? Gold. Gold for these. Still have our magnet turned off, so this shouldn't be a problem. There we go, and that should create. Yep. Excellent. Which will let us create this extended machine frame. Cool. Which lets us create. Oh wait, we haven't done this gold tank yet. Thought we did. Maybe not. There we go. And now we should be able to create the crystal assembler. Excellent. And again, we can hook this up to the system. Now this one I think also requires power, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it doesn't. Huh. It's just going to be... No, it does require power. It says stored 0 FE at a... Oh, yeah. So we'll put it right here. Actually, I wonder if we do this, will these connect? It's online and it has power. Excellent. Okay. It's going through the assembler a little bit, but that's whatever, you know, I'll take it. In fact, we'll put one of our things here. There we go. And connect it. Now we can actually teach the system how to create the intro. So from a crystal assembler, okay, let's go back in here, go into the pattern provider. Use crystal assembler, say here, boom, there we go, processing. And we'll put this up here. Now it should automatically feed this thing water as well, because we already have water in our system. So let's give it a test. If I wanted to get 4 intro, 4 of these right here, right? Yeah, so it is gonna, yeah, it does everything. So it's going to create the crystals create the blocks. We should probably hear our thing going off there in a second. Yep, there it goes. And then it should feed that stuff into here. Ooh, golly, that's taking a long time. Can we get some acceleration cards? Oh, because it's auto crafting that right now. So it's waiting for it. Let's just pull it directly out of the inventory. And it's because we only have one crafting CPU, so it can only handle like 1 request at a time. Okay, let's throw these in here. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Throw these in here. And we got to auto export. There we go. So it exported everything. And now we have the 4 intro-fused crystals. So got that going for us now. Where did we, that completed some quest up here somewhere. Oh, there it is, the intro crystals. Okay. Oh, it gave us a free machine well, I guess we could have used that. All right. So now let's get into these assembler matrix walls, right? So now we can make these ourselves. Blocks of quartz. Shouldn't be too hard to do those. Iron bars. We could teach the system how to make iron bars if it doesn't know already. That it should automatically just grab out of the thing. So let's do that. Let's teach the system iron bars, because I don't think we have enough. We do not. Go into our wireless crafting. There we go. Say receipt. Boom. And that can go directly into our molecular assembler. So now it knows how, the system knows how to create iron bars. Cool. That being said, how many of these do we want? When we create one, it's going to give us more. So let's just create one to begin with. I think the actual processing creates 2. Yeah. And we can again teach our system how to create that. Right? Looks like it create. Probably should teach it how to create blocks of quartz. Do we have quartz in our system? I don't think we do. No, we do not. Let's do that. Let's grab one of these. Put that in here. And we'll teach the system how to make one of these. Okay, there we go. Put that in here as well, so it can make the blocks of quartz it needs. Oh, what am I doing? There we go. Put it in the pattern. There we go. Crafting terminal. Okay, so now let's create one of these. So assembler matrix wall. Did we not? Oh, okay, yeah. So that just goes into the molecular assembler as well. There we go. And now we should be able to request one. And it's already done. Cool. And that will give us this quest completed. And now we've gotten, we had 2, so we got 32. That's like the max we could get. That's pretty cool. Now the rest of them we probably want to do glass, because it tells you, I believe this part tells you exactly what you'd need to make like the biggest crafting structure we can. So if we're looking at this, I would rather use glass, if I'm honest. And we will teach that to the system. Go into here. Boom. It can craft all that stuff. Go up here. Throw that in here. And here's a good test for us. Okay, so obviously crafting however many. So we got 34. And the quest wants us to have 150. So we're looking at 116 more total that we need to get to that amount. Well, that would be a pain in the butt to kind of create all that, right? But since we have it in a system now, we could say, hey, oops, give me, what am I doing? 116 of these, right? And it's going to tell you, hey, we need lapis lazuli. Now, we both know that we got plenty of that in our system, but it's in blocks right now, right? So let's do this. Use. Boom. We'll teach the system that, hey, you can create lapis lazuli. Use from the blocks. And now when we go to request 116. Boom. It'll say, okay, yeah, we could do all that. Now it's going to take a little while, unfortunately, because again, we have a pretty slow crafting, or not just that, but we have pretty, you know, this has to craft all these, and it's going to have to request everything else. So it's going to take a little while to craft all of those up. And I guess in the meantime, we could sort of decide where we want to put it. Do we want to put that on the ceiling as well? Because it's a 7x7. I would rather put that into a wall somewhere. You know, actually, this painting is not being used to its full potential. Let's turn our magnet on because it's behind all this stuff now, right? And we no longer really need this lava producing. Why are we losing power? This is what I'm talking about. Look. Just looking at our power situation. When I go here, now this is where we're crafting power. Obviously this thing is still working, but somehow it's losing power here, which I don't really understand what's going on. Let's go network connection. Now it's saying it's giving it power, right? But it's not using 150,000 power for what we have going on right now, or 50,000 power for what we have going on. This is refilling right now. Yeah, see, look. It's really only using, it can't be using more than like 3,000 power. Yeah. So for some reason, this stuff, I don't even think it's using that much. That's probably because we're crafting right now. But just for like, you know, and look, now it's just gaining power into this too. So we're making a surplus of power, but for some reason, this stopped processing. I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on it. I don't like the idea of keeping an eye. I may end up having to move that in here. But back to what I was saying is we don't really need these heat generators anymore. So we can actually take our fluid tanks. Take one of them here. Make sure it's in bucket mode. Indeed. Now we can just start scooping up all this lava. We can just take these actually. Shapeless, cool. Nice. Okay, I should. Oh, we gotta get the ones underneath here. Cool. That. Okay, let's get our wand out. We don't need this here anymore either, do we? Alright, let's get our wand. Boom, and we could just quickly fill this back in. Nice. Because I think maybe I just want to put it back here. And we can put our pitcher, because we look at this while more coming down this hallway. So let's just put our pitcher here. I think this will be fine. And we'll get this. Yeah. It's kind of in behind that tree, but that's cool. It sort of goes with the tree anyway. So I like that for this area right now. And Ooh, that's a big old. That's funny. Anyway, let's do a 7x7 real quick. 7x7. Go 7 times into it. Let's get to the center of our room, which is right here. Oh no, it's right here. That's the center of our room. So we will go down. Make sure we don't have a problem with light. No, we do not. Okay. So this will be our 7x7 area. Should be done with it now. Yeah, 116 matrix blocks. That's great, dude. That's cool. It's a way easier process than what we were looking at. And when we collect all those, boom, task completed, right? Because we were able to get that. So 68 assembler matrix frames. Okay. Let's go matrix frame. Okay. We can already create all this stuff. Nice. So we'll go put that in our assembler. Turn that off. Put that in our, and we don't even, we could also create one of these guys just to be completely done with our wireless thing. Let's do this. Start. Wait for it to be done. Should be rather quickly. Start. Okay. Now we should be able to create this thing. Boom. Let's create one of these. What are we doing? Why is that? Why did someone gave me a stick. That's great. Let me just be so happy about the stick. Boom. Nice. Here. Excellent. Access panel. And start. It'll tell me when it's done. Boom. Now should we be able to make this. Yeah, we're already making good use of the wireless. And this can also go into the universal one. And so now we can access all of our pattern places as well. So the molecular assembler, we have this for that. We can put that in there. Excellent. Okay. Now, I think it said 68 of these. Is that right? Yeah, 68. So let's request the system to make 68 of these guys. Missing. Oh, okay, so it needs extended machine frames. We have not taught the system extended machine frames yet. Boom, boom. Nice. It can go into the assembler. There we go. And now when we request 68, okay, now it's telling us gold and iron, which again, we obviously have a lot of gold and iron. We just haven't taught the system how to get gold and iron out of block form. So, iron. We may want to start storing that stuff in, let's go to these two out of our inventory. Oops. Yeah, that can go up there. In drawers or something, like maybe in compacting drawers, because I don't want to have to go through every single one of those, right? For now we'll just do iron and gold, because I mean it doesn't matter, because we're gonna have so many places to put crafting patterns once we get the other one, I think. All right, let's just do it this way. It's a really kind of lazy way of doing it, and it's not as efficiently as it could be. There's the iron, gold. Okay. And then see, we're already like full on this right now too. That's why it's kind of like, at a premium, right? But I believe now we've got everything we need. to make 68 of these. Boom. All right. Start it. And it's going to take a while. But in the background, that will be going slowly but surely. Do we have the frame? We don't have the frames yet. How many frames is it going to take? Is that what I'm making right now? Yeah, okay. I could start just putting this assembler wall stuff here. And one more. Okay. And same thing for this. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna cover that up because I want it to be easy to get in there. Does it create any of those yet? Yeah, it did. Created 8. Let's get the glass going. So the glass should be this phase. Again, we need to be able to sort of see underneath that. So we'll do it this way. All right. Yeah. And same for this side. We did that and we still, oh, I guess it'll be okay. Yeah, still got the above it. Okay. And side of it. Yeah. Okay. Boom. Here. Okay. And then we need the one on top of it. How are we doing on the frames? 40 something. We needed 68, right? We can wait for that to get done. Is it this that's slowing it down? Maybe we could just speed this up a little bit. Because we need 68. So just 4 more. Boom. Boom. Right? Do we got more? Oh, 4 more. Okay. Now, done with that part of the quest as well. And, oh, I guess we didn't have to make that many. I should obviously look at when these quests are complete. Okay. Let's do this. So these go down here. Honestly, it goes one behind that right there too. Matrix frame, matrix wall. Matrix frame. There we go. Kind of a waste of time to do it. All right, yeah, okay. Let's connect these. So it'll be all on the outside. More. And that is the whole of the frame. Okay. Now we can start putting this glass back. Boom. Boom. Okay. Fill in all the little holes. Oh, we forgot to do the front part of the walls. There we go. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's all of the, minus this part of the wall, which we can get to after we're completing the rest of the stuff. And that is, now we're looking at the upgrade parts of it, right? We need 30 of these, which is why we look at the balls. And I wonder if I can get more of those. I should have had it changed to singularities real quick, just so it's building that up. I think that may be enough, actually. Anyway, so going back here, let's do, what am I doing? Oh, this one. Yeah. We are looking at creating this guy. And that requires this guy, which requires these guys, which we can teach our system how to make these. Teach how to make these. And we'll teach it how to make these. Okay. And we should probably get into a little bit of the extended ones, I guess. Or we can take some patterns out of it, maybe. Because I don't think we'll need this anymore right now. Or this anymore right now. Put these in here. And probably don't need... What is it? Is some kind of extended pattern. Yeah, extended pattern provider, which is just from extended data. What does it take to make these? Crystal assembler. That should not be too difficult. If we teach this to our pattern, this goes in the crystal assembler. Let's say here. All right. Now, what would it take to make one of those? Extended. Oh, it crafted. It was requiring the wrong thing. No, it's not. It's because it's requiring, well, why would it require, don't I already have that? Yeah, I have a pattern provider that they could pull from. Crafts with one, oh, that's not going to work. Okay, hold on. I think I see what's going on here. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, that's the wrong thing. Okay, and we can put these 8 up in there too. Okay, we want to use it from this. Excellent. Now, go in here, crafting assembler. Now let's see, next. Okay. Concurrent processor. Capacity card, crafting table. Crafting table should not be a problem. How many of these does it need for one of those? I only want to make one of these, so 3 crafting tables. Just for the moment. A concurrent one. Okay, so this will probably need to make one of these. Which is going to require intro crystal. These guys. Oh, we had 4 of them in our inventory. I feel like a fool. Should be able to throw this in here. Boom. Got some silicone. One of these guys. Boom. And now we need redstone. So we should be able to go here, here, and here. And we will just teach this system that. Okay. Now it just needs 2 capacity cards. Which again, we should be able to just teach that to this thing. And now we have the access to make that. Okay, so and this is a roundabout process. We're kind of like not efficiently doing it. But this is just basically it's the same as that, but it is gives us a little bit more space for our stuff. Hold on. And that's, ooh, got a lot of those, didn't we? Boom, boom. What? Uh-oh. Oh, well. We'll put it in there a second. And we'll take that out of here. Put it back in here. Boom. Okay, so now we just got more space to put all of our stuff. Back to what we were working on. Let's get pattern core. We haven't taught the system of pattern core yet. Okay, and this actually goes in the crystal assembler here. How many of these does it say we needed? 30. I guess we do gotta teach a crafting table. But that should, if I just read that right, let us start crafting that. Boom. 30 of those. And you could do the crafting monitor too, but that is going to take us a minute or so. Let's go here. Put that in there. Clean up our inventory a little bit. These up here. Delete the stick. Oh, that thing upstairs is creating some stuff. Should probably... Maybe we need some more speed upgrades for this thing. Cool. Does this thing have... Oh, yeah, you can get acceleration cards for that, too. 5. Oh, gotta go down here to get it. This will speed this up a little bit. Oh, yeah, that made things a little faster. Cool. $30 of those, done. Excellent. And we could clear most of this stuff out now. Okay. And we need these assembler cores. Which is going to need the purple ones. I think I may just want to teach the system purple dye. Make it simple for that end of it. And then for this, that, and for that, we need these. And again, in the matrix assembly, boom. And how many of those do we need? 90. Oh. That's the purple ones. And it goes in the crystal assembler as well. Boom, boom, Nice. Here. And oop, need extended molecular assembler and more matter balls. I knew I was going to need more matter balls eventually. That's why I sort of had a little bit going on here. I changed these in the matter balls after it's been doing that for a while, and it gives me matter balls. But the extended assembly, this thing, okay. So we got to teach that to our system as well, I guess. Oh, I think it can make all of those except for the molecular assembler. Because I don't think I taught the system this. We'll use the molecular assembler to make molecular assemblers. Boom, and this goes over here. Boom, right? Correct. Looks, Dustic, and their crest. Okay, I think everything else we're good on. Let's try to do this again. So we needed 90 of these. Not those. These. It just needs 86 more matter balls. Let's speed this up just for a little while. Mm-hmm. That should do it. Let's start doing the similarities again. I think that'll be enough for that. Let's try again. 90 next. 40 more of the matter balls. 41 more. All right, did I? Yeah, I did. I did put them in our system, didn't I? Yeah. Well, that should definitely do it. Okay. And 90? Nice. That may take a little while, dude. 11 minutes. Whew. I wonder if I could just, if I hit this, does it speed it up even more? No, not really. Just wasted some time. Well, in the time being, are we still... See, look, it's losing power again. What is going on? And again, I don't know exactly what makes this stop. Like, it definitely has got infinite amounts of everything it needs. There's no way that any of these should ever stop, and there's no way that this thing should ever stop. But for whatever reason, it does this. And again, looking at our network, it's saying it's using like 50,000, but that's just refilling the wires outside that are, you know, losing power when it stops, when this stops generating power, right? And we can just speed this up a bit to do that as well. And as you can see now, it's like gaining power again. I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. I'll have to look into it and see exactly what's causing that. Maybe you can't use them in a, whatever this is, the compact machine. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know. Let's go up here and hit this a couple of times with this. Oh, wait. I guess it was done. And what else are we creating? Just while that's going, we can look at the creating. I think it's just the 5... yeah, 5 speed ones, which, again, we could teach our system. I think, oh, the red. It's just 5 of those. I don't even think we really need to teach the system or teach it the red dye because it's only going to take a few dye. Red dye is not super hard to get either. So let's go ahead and teach the system this guy. And this guy. And this guy. Okay. These two can go in here. And this one can go here. How close are we ready to be done with this? Whew. 2 minutes, not too long. Maybe clean up our inventory a little bit. Boom, boom. Those, I guess, can go in here as well. Glass we'll keep on us. We don't need that on us. This goes down here. That can go in there. We don't need any more walls. Yeah, because we're going to use glass for the rest of it. We already got all this is glass, all this. Maybe we have to do... We could switch out the wall with one thing. One of these, maybe. Just to make sure we got everything we need. And we're not going to ever see these walls, basically, while I'm doing this. So the rest of it's just going to be glass. If we need to, we can replace those later. But for the time, make that happen. Why is that randomly using it? Odd. How much time do I have left in this? 7 hours is still fine. It's still going, though. Which is good. See, now it's not losing power. I don't know what this is on about. If we go here, look at our network connections. Look, it's only using, while we're crafting stuff, like maybe sometimes it gets up to like 10 to 20,000 FE. But we're creating 50,000 FE a tick with the rainbow generator. So we should be well over the amount of power needed for our current operations. So I don't know why that compact machine keeps messing up. Oh, we got some of this. Nice. Growth accelerator. Yeah. Almost done. So it's creating them now. Nice. It's creating all 90. And we could, when it's ready, because we don't have another CPU, this is what we're making so that we won't run into this problem next time with our auto crafting. Alright, it's done. So we can create that now. Some ingredients could not be extracted from the network. Retry. Okay, so why can you not extract? I'm sure we didn't use all of our lapis. We got plenty of lapis. Did I get rid of my recipe for lapis? No, it's right here. Yeah. Well, let's try again. Boom. Okay, cool. So now it's going. What we want to do, we got 90 of those, so this will be the bulk of the entrance. Boom, boom, boom. So most of it's going to be this stuff. Except for the actual face. That's glass as well. No, it's not. Okay, so we do need to put the glass up here. Boom. That's glass. Okay. That's glass. This is glass. That's glass. Behind it's glass. Okay. Cool. All right. Now let's go back to putting these here. Nice. Put the pattern cores below that. Now this is the last face that we need to do. So I know that the power ones, because we're going to create a little design for the face of it just to be kind of, I don't know, a little artistic, I guess. And I want these to kind of go up diagonal. See what I mean? Because it's like all of that, right? And then I want these to be kind of like in a random spread. And really, that means we should have did the purple ones too. I want to use all those. Okay, so we got purple, and then blue, purple, oh, we'll do like a purple here. All right, we could do a purple here. And that's why we're also gonna have to have some blue ones too, right? Back there. Blue, 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 there, purple here. Purple, purple. We'll make this one blue. Blue, blue, blue. Do that blue. We have a double purple right here, right now, and the rest of these back here. We'll do one more purple. Blue. Right? Have one of each. One right here. One right here. Yeah, it looks efficiently cool enough, I guess. And then we'll use the rest of our glass to the front of it. Right? Oh, wait. Gotta put that down here. Oops. Boom. Now that should create... I thought it would. Am I missing something? Maybe it needs to be powered? Send some power over to it. Or connection over to it. Yeah, online. Okay. So, this is online. Which this has a huge amount of space. And it's super fast at creating this stuff, right? So let's go to our pattern access. And we should be able to now... Whoa, what's going on? Why can't we not? Oh, yeah, because it's the big one. Okay, we should be able to now, if we wanted to, which we kind of do, take all of our patterns away from the molecular assembler, all right, and throw all of them into our pattern assembler, right? Let's take away our molecular assembler downstairs. Maybe it'll let us shift click into it. I want to kind of shift click into it. Am I out of space? Yes, I am. Oh, wait. No! Link pattern. Okay. So we got the iron back. Alright, yeah. Put that in there. Put that in there. Okay. And we'll just take this. Put this back. And if we go into our... Does it let us shift click into it now? No, it doesn't. Well, we can just go up here and click it into here. I just don't like the way how it puts that into the system. Okay, so now... See, it like puts it into the middle or something. I don't know why. I don't know why it does it like that, but that's okay. As long as it's there, I don't care. We don't need any acceleration cards into this thing because it should be pretty fast. Just for essence, or for real quick, let's see how fast it can create one of the things that took a little while to make, right? Let's do a complicated one. Maybe... Well, let's complete these quests as well. Right? And I think one of the complicated ones to make was probably... let's make one of these. Let's make like a couple of those matrix cores, the purple ones, since we have dye learned by the system, right? If we wanted to make like, I don't know, 10 more of these. Did we not teach it infused? Do I have it on here maybe somewhere? Pattern. what happened to it? I'm pretty sure I had a pattern for that in the system. Is that not part of this stuff? Oh no, it was in the crystal assembler. That requires the crystal one, right? Did I accidentally get rid of that one? Oh yeah, because I took that away, so that makes sense. Absolutely makes sense. Okay, now we're back. So let's make 10 of these, or the purple ones. 10. Next, start. And as you can see, it's going pretty fast. Just waiting on the crusher to crush these. And then, yeah, so I'm happy with that. And I think that will be the end of this episode. We were able to upgrade our base a bit. We didn't really get much progression, but hopefully next episode, because we're now able to auto-craft some things, the progression into the Auratech side of things should be much easier and faster to accomplish. There we go, 10 assembler matrix frames. So I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. If you have any comments or suggestions that I could be doing things a little bit more efficiently, let them know in the comment down below. And as always, if you want to motivate me to do these a little faster, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Have a great day.